In 2026, an entire universe of possibilities opens before you, as if life itself were placing an invisible key in your hands, the key to transformation, renewal, and the courage that has always lived inside you, but may have remained asleep for far too long. Today, I invite you to join me on an epic journey where science, spirituality, and real stories of human triumph unite to activate the giant within your soul. And before we go further, pay extremely close attention to Action 7, because something profound will happen there. It will be a turning point, a spiritual and emotional reprogramming capable of reshaping your identity and reigniting the vision of the future you were born to manifest. Stay with me until that moment. You will not want to miss the exact second your destiny begins to shift. You are about to hear words that don't simply inform, they transform. Words that pierce through doubt and awaken the primordial strength that exists within every human being who chooses to evolve. Napoleon Hill studied hundreds of brilliant minds and discovered that they all share a core inner power. Quantum physics tells us that reality responds to internal vibration, and the Bible reinforces, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." From this moment forward, everything within you will begin to vibrate at a higher frequency, opening doors that once seemed permanently closed. As you hear this message, something within you will awaken, perhaps gradually, perhaps instantly, but it will awaken. The giant within you is not a metaphor, it is a spiritual, emotional, and neurobiological force capable of rewriting your destiny. This video was created to touch exactly that point. Breathe deeply, open your heart, and prepare to dive into 8 powerful actions, each one capable of moving your life toward the extraordinary. Let's begin. Action 1. Breaking the cycle of unbelief. Breaking the cycle of unbelief means facing the stories you have repeated for years and finally questioning them. Psychoanalysis teaches that emotional patterns, when unexamined, become repeated behaviors. And as we repeat those behaviors, we mistakenly believe they define us, when in reality, they are simply emotional memories of the past. The Bible declares, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind," and this renewal begins here. Unbelief is a veil that covers your vision of the future. It is like walking with weights tied to your feet and a blindfold over your eyes. But when you decide to remove that veil, life gains clarity, possibility, and purpose. The giant awakens the moment you declare, "I can, I will, I am able." Think of the visionaries who changed the world. Mandela, who believed in freedom even when imprisoned. Oprah, who believed in her worth even when the world diminished her. Walt Disney, fired for lack of creativity before building the greatest imagination empire on earth. Every one of them broke the cycle of unbelief by refusing to let circumstances define their identity. Quantum physics teaches that the observer influences the outcome, meaning when you change your internal perception, the universe changes its response to you. Breaking unbelief is the first step, because everything you do afterward depends on your ability to believe in your own journey. You may not realize this yet, but you carry immeasurable potential. Potential not destroyed by mistakes, losses, pain, or time. It remains within you, untouched, waiting for your command. When you break the cycle of unbelief, you begin to see paths that were always meant for you. Paths you could not see because doubt once blinded you. Today, the giant takes its first step. Action 2. Mastering your inner dialogue. Your mind can become your greatest ally or your greatest saboteur. In Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza explains that more than 90% of our thoughts are repeated daily, and worse, most are negative. This means that thousands of times a day, you may be repeating internally, "I'm not capable," "I don't deserve it," "It's too late," "Nothing works for me." Each phrase creates neural pathways that shape your emotions, which shape your actions, which shape your destiny. Mastering your inner dialogue is the daily discipline of intentionally replacing these toxic thoughts with powerful ones. It is choosing to rewrite your internal script so your mind supports you rather than sabotages you. Neuroscience confirms that the brain cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. It reacts to the images you create within it. If you repeat thoughts of incapacity, your body responds with low energy, tension, and discouragement. But when you affirm, "I am capable, I am strong, I am a giant, I reinvent myself, I prosper," the brain creates new neural patterns, releasing chemicals that strengthen confidence, clarity, and focus. That is why so many biographies of success highlight mindset as the foundation of achievement. It is not mysticism. It is biology intentionally aligned with belief. Mastering your inner dialogue means choosing that no voice, absolutely none, will carry more authority over your mind than your own. It means interrupting fear the moment it appears. It means replacing internal criticism with declarations of power. And above all, it means practicing every day until empowerment becomes automatic. You are not simply training your thoughts, you are training your new reality. Starting today, make this inner vow. No thought that weakens me is allowed to remain inside me. The giant awakens when the mind becomes its ally. Action 3. Redefining habits to create identity. Redefining habits means rebuilding, brick by brick, the invisible structure that supports your life. In The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod shows that small daily practices have the power to transform not just your day, but your entire destiny. T. Harv Eker teaches that our results are the direct consequence of the internal patterns we nurture. This means that if your habits align with procrastination, fear, excuses, or self-sabotage, your life will follow that same direction. But when you realign your routine with discipline, purpose, and action, the universe responds with new opportunities. The giant awakens the moment you understand that habits are not tasks. They are bridges leading you to your new identity. Neuroscience confirms that 40% of human behavior is automatic, which means nearly half of what you do every day is not conscious choice. It is habit. Therefore, when you transform your habits, you transform your life at the root. Replacing 10 minutes of scrolling with 10 minutes of reading changes your thinking. Replacing complaints with gratitude elevates your vibration. Replacing self-sabotage with consistent action rewires your sense of self. Think of the greats who conquered inner giants. Kobe Bryant training at 4 a.m., Steve Jobs meditating to heighten creative focus, Thomas Edison persisting through countless failures before creating the light bulb. What did they all have in common? Habits that supported their vision. Every new habit builds a stronger identity. And identity produces destiny. You don't change your life permanently by trying. You change it by deciding who you become. When you replace weak habits with powerful ones, your mind begins to recognize a new version of yourself. This new version thinks differently, acts differently, and attracts differently. Habits don't just change what you do, they change who you are. And when who you are changes, everything changes with you. Action 4. Cultivating discipline, focus, and antifragility. Discipline is what separates desire from achievement, intention from realization, dreams from destiny. Many people believe discipline is harsh, heavy, or limiting, but the truth is that lack of discipline costs far more. It charges the price of accumulated regrets. In Antifragile, Nassim Nicholas Taleb says that greatness doesn't emerge from comfort, but from impact, from friction, from pressure. People who become anti-fragile don't simply survive difficulty, they grow because of it. Discipline is the pillar that keeps your mind aligned when the world tries to shake you. It is the inner strength that whispers, "I will continue," even when circumstances shout, "Stop." When this awareness is born within you, your power multiplies. Focus is the weapon of those who build extraordinary things. It eliminates distractions, cuts through noise, and aligns your energy with what truly matters. Steve Jobs famously said that focus is about saying no, and he was right. Every time you say no to something that pulls you away from your purpose, you are saying yes to the giant within you. Science shows that the brain performs best when concentrated on fewer meaningful tasks instead of scattered attention across many superficial ones. Focus creates coherence between who you are now and who you are becoming. And when focus and discipline walk together, your evolution becomes not only possible, but inevitable. To be anti-fragile is to transform pain into fuel, challenges into wisdom, and setbacks into higher levels of strength. It is looking at an obstacle and knowing that, once you overcome it, you will not be the same. You will be greater. Giants don't grow by avoiding challenge. Giants grow by using challenge. When you embrace discipline, anchor yourself in focus, and adopt antifragility as a way of life, nothing external can break you. You become a force that expands under pressure, a mind that evolves with adversity, and a soul that rises higher with each challenge. This is where the giant begins its unstoppable ascent. Action 5. Connecting with purpose, faith, and vision. Purpose is the compass that aligns your existence with what truly matters. Without purpose, life becomes a series of repeated tasks. With purpose, every action, every choice, every challenge, and every victory becomes part of a greater mission. The greatest leaders in history were driven by deep purpose. Martin Luther King envisioned freedom long before society embraced it. Walt Disney saw castles while standing in mud. Elon Musk imagines interplanetary travel, while others still doubt the next step. The Bible declares, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." This means the human soul needs direction to flourish. When you find your purpose, even exhaustion becomes fuel, and even pain becomes part of your growth. Faith is the invisible engine that propels you beyond limitations your eyes can see. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, affirms that faith is the element that transforms thought into power. Joe Dispenza explains that faith is creating an internal image so vivid that the brain begins responding as if it were already real. And the Bible reinforces, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When you unite purpose and faith, you create a force capable of reshaping your entire reality. It is not empty optimism. It is deep, unwavering conviction. Vision is the ability to see the future before it manifests. It is the courage to imagine a better version of yourself, healthier, stronger, more confident, more fulfilled, even when your present circumstances do not match it yet. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you believe you are. Vision shapes identity. Identity shapes destiny. And when purpose, faith, and vision align, your inner giant expands toward its true potential. Action 6. Breaking free from weakening environments. There are battles you never win because you are fighting them in the wrong environment. There are dreams that never grow because the soil around you is toxic. Psychology teaches that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Quantum physics teaches that energies synchronize. The Bible warns, bad company corrupts good character. And life itself proves this daily. There is no giant that can fully awaken while trapped in environments that shrink them. Breaking free requires courage. The courage to close doors, end cycles, and walk away from anything that keeps you small. Relationships that diminish your confidence, conversations that plant fear, people who mock your dreams, environments that reinforce emotional addictions, all of these drain your inner strength. Freeing yourself from such cycles is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of self-protection, emotional hygiene, and spiritual integrity. Every great transformation requires a moment of separation. Oprah had to break away from toxic influences to rise. J.K. Rowling had to distance herself from circles that minimized her. Even great spiritual leaders withdrew into solitude to strengthen their inner voice. Growth is impossible without choice, and sometimes that choice is letting go. Breaking free from weakening cycles is a declaration to the universe. I am ready for the next level. When you release what keeps you down, you create space for what lifts you up. You begin to attract people more aligned with your purpose. Opportunities appear naturally. Your intuition becomes sharper. Your spirit becomes lighter. The giant within you cannot grow in dry soil. It needs space, nourishment, and alignment. The moment you detach from what drains you, you begin expanding toward everything that has been waiting for you. Action 7. The Great Turning Point. We have now reached the most powerful moment of this entire journey. Everything you have learned, breaking old beliefs, mastering your mind, transforming habits, strengthening discipline, aligning your purpose, and freeing yourself from what weakens you. All of it has led you here. But none of these changes will create lasting transformation unless you take the most important step, claiming a new identity. Psychology calls this identity internalization. The Bible calls it speaking into existence things that are not yet seen. Neuroscience calls it intentional neural reprogramming, and Napoleon Hill calls it unshakable belief. This is where everything shifts. You stop trying to become strong and begin to recognize that you already are. You stop trying to change your life and instead change the person living it. This is rebirth. This is awakening. This is destiny taking form. The world has spent years trying to convince you that you are small, that you must shrink, lower your expectations, accept less, survive instead of thrive. But you were never designed for smallness. You were born to transcend, born to lead, born to create, born to rise. Tony Robbins teaches that identity is the invisible force that shapes your entire life. When you change your identity, everything shifts: your choices, energy, standards, and destiny. The giant within you does not awaken when you improve your external life. It awakens when you redefine your internal truth. This moment marks a symbolic breaking of chains and a reclaiming of your rightful greatness. Imagine the version of you who never doubts, never retreats, never self-sabotages. A version who moves with certainty, speaks with conviction, and believes with absolute clarity. That version already exists, waiting for your permission to take the lead. Quantum physics confirms that infinite versions of you exist in potential reality. The version that manifests is the one you feed. Feed fear, and you manifest weakness. Feed courage, and you manifest strength. Feed identity of greatness, and you manifest destiny. This moment is the activation, the energetic bridge between who you were and who you now choose to become. Pause now and write in the comments, "I am a giant." Write it with full intention, emotion, and presence. This is not just a phrase. It is a command to your subconscious mind, a spiritual declaration, and a psychological anchor. When you write it, you materialize it. When you say it, you assume it. When you assume it, you embody it. And when you embody it, your entire life shifts into alignment with that identity. This is your contract with yourself. To rise, to expand, to evolve, to awaken. If you have not subscribed yet, do it now. Activate the notification bell. Leave your like, not merely for the channel, but for yourself. because this will be your weekly source of transformation, reminding you of your greatness. Place your hand on your heart now and declare aloud, I am a giant. I create my destiny. Nothing can stop me. Feel these words echo through your entire being like ancient power awakening. A new identity has been installed. The identity of someone who does not shrink, who does not surrender, who does not dim their light. The identity of someone who shapes destiny. Action 8. Living continuous evolution. Continuous evolution is the link that keeps everything you have built alive. It is not enough to awaken the giant. You must feed it daily. The Bible says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it to completion." True transformation is not a single moment. It is the accumulation of consistent growth. Growth does not demand perfection, only progress. There will be days of strength and days of weakness, days of clarity and days of confusion. What separates giants from the rest is not the absence of struggle, but the decision to always rise again. Every challenge reveals strength. Every setback brings wisdom. Every effort brings mastery. Continuous evolution means loving more, serving more, expanding more. Giants grow through contribution. When you shine light into another person's life, your own life becomes brighter. From today forward, let consistent growth be your signature. Let your life become the living proof that giants exist and that you are one of them. Take a deep breath. Something within you has shifted. You confronted your beliefs, recognized your strength, reshaped your identity, and stepped toward your destiny. This message was not just inspiration, it was activation. Your age, your past, your mistakes, your losses, none of these define your future. Your future begins now. 2026 will not be like any other year because you will not be like any version of yourself you've been before. Identity is destiny. And today, you claim the identity of a giant. Life responds to those who choose to grow from the inside out. New opportunities will arise. New doors will open. New energy will surround you. Carry this truth with you. Nothing can stop a human being who has finally decided to awaken. Walk forward knowing that your life has purpose, your existence has power, and you were never meant to live small. The giant is awake, and it will never sleep again. Now go and write the most extraordinary chapter of your life. Declare it in the comments. I am a giant. Subscribe to the channel, activate notifications like this video, and share it with someone who also needs to awaken to the extraordinary life they were born to live. See you in the next video.